All right. So, in the last session, or last few sessions, basically, we kind of built a main workflow where we included two smaller workflows or two smaller automations, one for an Windows application login and another one for the same Windows application getting the customer information. After that, we build two smaller automation on our web application, and those automations are to log in. Uh, to log in into another application, which is web application. Yes, we built the web application on our Pega platform, and then we also wrote an automation to create a case there on the web application, and that's this one. Okay, we did it, we tested it end to end, it was all working fine. Now today we are going to include that in the main automation and run it end to end. That's what we have got to do. Okay, that's the first thing we will do. And later, basically, we will learn about what are the rules that we need to configure in order to call this automation from PRPC. What are the additional things we need to do? Okay, those are the stuff that we will do in the second half. All right. So, yeah, let's just quickly test once if it is all working fine. So when you run your main automation, let's just test the main automation once if it is running fine. So this is login and that username, sorry, that's customer ID. Is this working end to end? It is. This is working end to end good. So we don't have to test the Windows applications explicitly. Now let's talk about this Pega login. Is that working fine? We have RPA and rules. Yes, this one is working fine. Now to create workflow, test this. Okay, that's it. So I'll have to close this first, test it. I'll have to log in manually because login is not part of this automation. From there, automation should take over, entering all the details and being submitted. And okay, everything is good. Now let's put it into the main automation. Automation. Okay, one by one. So thus far, what we have done in the sorry, just a second, just a minute. All right, so this is our main workflow. I'm going to cross it, right. So we have now, we do not want to give the result right here. Whatever the result from the message is, I'm going to delete this exit now. And after doing this, I want to run save automation. I will have to include those two automations here, by the way, first. So Pega workflow and this, let's add them. Next I want to do is launch login automation. Okay, Pega login automation. So run this automation. This is going to be after this. For this one, we will need username and password. I'll just add them into here. Pega username and Pega password. That is PWD. Let's keep these details. Sorry. Pega username and Pega password. Okay, this is good. After the login is done, okay, and I think in the create workflow we are already waiting for the form to be created. Yeah, so that is fine. After the login is done, I should include create workflow. Run. Now the values for the create workflow are going to come from here. So I can put that on the top as well, right? Okay, leave it wherever it is. So if it is success, then only, not on the failure. If it is success, then go to create workflow case and match this first name from the result of the customer search, last name, address, city, state, zip, no, phone, SSN, note, and the output I'm gonna place right now is just for testing right now, case ID. Come on. Case status. Okay, I think should be good. Save it. Make sure that applications are closed. I think in the Pega login we are starting the application. Good. So this is fine. We do not need to start application anywhere other than those modules. So it is already done. I think we should be good. This is temporary. I will basically map it properly later. WF results. WF results. Okay, from there it should actually read, but that's okay. Let's run it. All right. So this is Pega. This is Pega. This is RPA. This is rules. This is sorry. PI, CID. This is different. RPA rules and the customer ID. Everything else is okay. Let's complete it. Wow, it ran in the first attempt, full on, but there's one problem. Can you identify what the problem is?
The case
Case
status.
status. So it read the case status before the this screen pop up. Okay, so we'll have to delay it a little bit. Let's see. That's in the create workflow. So wait for create containers 34. Let's see what that container 34 is. Hmm, 35 is a problem. Okay, going to remove this and save it. And I'm going to delete this. I'm going to replace it 35. Okay, anyway, so this is my Pega application. I'm gonna interrogate it. This structure is really bad. This is the container 35. Mm, I should have replaced it. I created one other, but that's okay. That is enough for me. Component name case details already exist. Okay. Right. Now I'm gonna save this, come back to this and add it here. Let's run this again. This time it read absolutely fine. All right. After this, we should ideally have this exit properly configured, not like this. So, and I'll leave you guys to do the error handling. Error handling means failure case detection. All the places where this is not successful, failure, run, jump to failure. Let's see how you want to do that. Okay, but let me just add a label for success. From there, I will add an exit point, and I will just give two results. Two result means case ID and case status. No space is allowed. I could add a message as well for the user's confirmation. So this time string is the message. This is string message dialog result. That's what, let's just configure this. Okay, let's leave it. The success will display that anyway. Now this work ID and all those. Actually, this is should be there as a parameter, right? So
In
let's
this message dialog,
hmm,
can we add like property or variable
yes.
instead of just simple text? If I want to add this case ID, case status there dynamically.
You will have to construct that using string methods. Okay, construct that and then pass that value as a message. We have done that,
Oh.
right? Earlier we have passed the exact value what we got in a property as a message. So we have concatenate with the text. You concatenate those message and text. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
build a string and then send it. Case ID, case status. It's not as flexible as at the runtime you Pega. In Pega, you just concatenate property and text and directly put that there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will have to build that concatenation logic first and then pass it to that this function.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, in this box we can't do that. We'll have to. Okay.
Yeah. So let's test it. Hmm. Okay, I know the mistake. I'm This is not as input, right, from this one. So this cannot be treated like this. I made a mistake. We're not inputting in this workflow as a case ID, right? So either I set it into a string there and use the string, or I directly use this value like this.
Hmm.
Mm, I will show you how to set values in the string as well, okay? Hmm. What's wrong? Oh, I'm really sorry. This is not being executed.
Success.
Okay, good. So if you want to set anything in the value in any property, you could use string and all those things to put it there. Okay, so you can keep a string variable. Okay, variable of type string. Just drag it there. Okay, name it anything like case identifier. Okay, and set the value from this, and then you use this property, same property later from the locals. Okay, here as an out input instead of having those arrows. So let me show you how to do that. Case ID, I'm going to remove this. Okay, and instead I'm going to set it into case identifier. This control has to go to this first, and then from there jump to success, right? So the value is there, case identifier. Now if
What is case identifier?
I just added a property, string property,
Okay.
variable. I just added a variable.
Variable. Okay.
Okay, that's where I have stored it, and now I can later use the same variable from local. It's a local variable, case identifier, to pass the value of this variable to case ID. Save it. Let's try running it if it is successfully working. So instead of having that arrow directly, you could park it there, and then, I mean, for readability purpose, this is very good, right? Pega, Pega, RPA rules. right? Still working, right? Yes. So, well, that's the complete automation we have got. If you guys are interested, you can have other website, other applications built on Pega itself, build another application, login and all that. You can integrate as many application as you want. So this workflow, the main workflow is actually talking to two different applications, running four different automations. Okay, so that's where basically the demo related to automations end. Automations basically component of automation or sub automations end. Okay.